I'm here to speak to you about your child's mental and physical well-being. I want to first tell you what is happening to our bodies in a COVID-like situation. Our bodies feel threatened and our brain shifts gears into the fight-flight mode, which was serving us a purpose in our evolutionary times to safeguard ourselves when we faced with a threatening situation. But right now the situation has prolonged a long time and we are still feeling anxious and stressed about the whole situation. There's a lot of uncertainty around it. So we need to shift our brain back into the parasympathetic nervous system, calming our nervous system down. So we need to do practices which help us remain calm, and the same goes for our children. We are their safe network. If we feel less anxious, less stressed, can we offer our safe presence to our children to help them face the pandemic or whatever may lie in store for them in the future. So I want to speak about 4-5 specific techniques that you can incorporate in your day easily. I do not want to stress parents out more, because I know you're already struggling between work and life, and there's work from home and you have to look after your children's school studies, which has increased a lot and has put added pressure on us. So how can we do this effortlessly and enjoyably? I would request you all, if you could add in a special time in the day where only you and your child are there, completely attuned, and you ask your child what does the child want to do in that special time, and you do whatever the child wants to do in that special time, and you will realize, even if that special time is just for 10 minutes, you will realize the child will be much more held by you, will feel seen, heard, and feel secure in the presence, and will be less likely to have any temper tantrums or meltdowns during the day if that special time is spent between the two of you. Allow the child to choose the activity. Now coming to the physical well-being, we are all cooped up in our houses. We are all spending so much time in front of the screen. Now how can we include some kind of physical activity in our day? Playing. Play is a great way to engage the brain in something called the social engagement system. So on the one hand, there's a fight-flight system which is threatening to our system. On the other hand is the calming system, which is the parasympathetic nervous system. In the middle is the social engagement system. This system gets activated when we are in playful situations, when we are with other people. Right now, this is what we are lacking. We are lacking social connections, human touch, looking at someone else's eyes, being with our loved ones, whether they are grandparents or friends. This lack of socialization is hampering our human brains, because we are meant to socialize, we are meant to meet, we are meant to be together, we are meant to be together in a community. Children are meant to go down and play with lots of children. But right now we can replicate that situation at home by the 2 of you or the 3 or the 4 of you playing together, even if it's as simple as blowing balloons. I'm a movement therapist, so I think in terms of movement, you don't have to be dancers to be dancing to the balloons or dancing with the balloons, but you can just spread balloons and you can just play with the balloons. Make it as playful, involve props. So try to have at least 20 minutes to half an hour of physical activity for the both of you. All the activities I'm suggesting is for both of you, so that you both, parents and children, can develop a greater bond during these special times, during these playful times. And the third, I would suggest a mindfulness practice or the breath practice deriving from yoga and pranayama. The breath is the most important factor. It's always with us, within us, and around us, and all we have to do is take some few deep inhales and few deep exhales. Make sure the exhalation time is longer than the inhalation, because that's what's needed to shift into the parasympathetic nervous system. You can even make a game out of the yoga and pranayama, simple activities. If the child is not ready to sit, the child might be very small and may say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to sit and inhale and exhale. So you could burn a candle and do a competition of who is able to blow the candle. So the breath has to be really soft. It has to be like blowing a candle, like, and you make a game out of it. And even if you do some 10 minutes of pranayama, and you don't even have to do this every day if you cannot, but sometimes if you could do this, ideally every day, because it helps, the breath helps the mind-body connection. Not only does it shift your anxious brain into a parasympathetic nervous system, but it also strengthens your immune system. It strengthens your lungs capacity, which will help our immune system to fight this deadly disease. These are just some simple, really simple tips that you can do for yourself every day and increase your and your child's mental and physical well-being.